Did he
It's not,
really?
it's not really one to grow for summer.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
You must have seen a lot of them.
Absolutely.
And especially on people, I don't mean to point anyone out, but on people who might be follically challenged on top of their head, that a lot of them grow the hair down here that they can't grow here anymore.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. That's not why I did it, but
right. Is it itchy?
At times it is itchy.
Yeah.
And I've been warned too that if I get a little color in my face, I don't go out and lay in the sun per se. I mean, I'll try to get a little sun because I think it's healthy for you. But
yeah,
I'm told be prepared for a very white face underneath here, which I hadn't thought about really.
Yeah. Labib, do you get down to the Beirut at all?
I have been down only once during this crisis, and I am so glad. And I hope to get there again because it's the best food in the world. I'm sorry. It's my favorite restaurant in the world. And I've been pretty lucky getting around to other places. But
yeah, for sure.
They're open. They're doing business. And I just spoke to them. I can't remember where's Kim? She's gone. I can't remember why we had a business thing to go over. But anyway, I just spoke to him in this past week. This week, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you find time running together, Judd? I mean, like not knowing what day it is and that sort of thing.
August 5th from 3 to 5 p.m.
I think
Sponsored by the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit gogreat.com.
Welcome back to more from Paul W. Smith on WJR with live coverage from the 2020 Marathon Classic LPGA Tournament presented by Dana. Dana, people finding a better way. Once again, here's Paul W. Smith.
And God bless Dana. They're the presenting sponsor of this Marathon Classic. God bless Marathon as well. We'll be speaking with one of the good guys from Marathon before the end of this program. We wouldn't have this golf tournament without Judd Silverman. He's not just the tournament director. He is the founder of this tournament. Right back in the beginning, he was there. It was his idea. And he has put it together with a lot of work and a lot of love. And obviously, Judd, good morning. By the way, we're on social media with pictures as well as on the radio right now. God bless you, Judd, for having what has to be the most unusual golf classic that you've ever had to oversee.
Well, no doubt, Paul. We're just grateful that we're able to have the tournament this year, even though without spectators. Financially, it makes it a lot more difficult when you take fans out of the game. I don't care if it's, what game it is, the Tigers, the Lions, the Red Wings, the Rocket Mortgage, the Marathon Classic.
Michigan football.
Football.
It's on our mind this morning.
Of course it is. So, we all pray that the fans can get back to attending these sporting events. But in the meantime, our board thought there were many more benefits for having the tournament than not having the tournament. And one of the driving forces was to get these women back out on the golf course where they belong to make a living and pursue their dreams. And, they've lost about $22 million of prize money so far this year. So what was going to be a record year for prize money for the LPGA, it was going to be around 75 million that they were playing for. Well, it's now down into the 50s. And we just hope that no more tournaments go by the wayside between now and the end of the year. But again, we're looking at the positive, Paul. We have an opportunity to make money for charity, which is what we're in business to do. And we're going to be on television on the Golf Channel for 4 days to promote our two great sponsors in Marathon Petroleum and Dana. And like I said, there's more positives than negatives.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've done that. You've done that in a lot of ways, a lot of times, taking those lemons, making the lemonade. I understand, and I salute you because I've watched you raise $11.5 million for over 185 children's charities in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan, whether it be the Ronald McDonald House Charities or Jamie Farr Scholarship Fund, which I'm happy to see, which I wasn't that aware of. and so many other things, and so many other entities and people that you've helped through this, which happens to be one of the longest running and most popular events on all of the LPGA Tour.
Well, when I asked you to call Jamie Farr for us way back in 1983,
Oh boy.
Who would have ever thought that, we'd raise close to $12 million and that this event is still going on in our 36th year. And, we're grateful, Paul. We're grateful for our sponsors, our volunteers, for the wonderful media coverage that we get. Those are the ingredients for any professional golf tournament to be successful. And, we're just happy to be in business. This is our 36th year.
Unbelievable.
And, we hope to continue to do it, but it certainly wouldn't be possible without Marathon Petroleum and Dana.
Absolutely right. God bless them for stepping up in so many other ways as well. This is the one we're talking about today, but they are philanthropic, both of these corporations, philanthropic and helping all the people within the areas where they certainly do business. Judd, I cannot believe it was 36, 37, nearly 40 years ago that you called and introduced yourself and knew that I knew Jamie Farr. In fact, that either was after or led to our famous Jamie Farr day and a half that culminated in a parade with Jamie and getting him to say, which he happily did, that he would donate the scripts from MASH to University of Toledo for their library. So many good things came from that, including a one-time caddy for a professional golfer who said, you know what, Toledo deserves a real golf tournament. And so it came about and has been lauded ever since and has lasted longer than many. And that's why we find ourselves today at Highland Meadows Golf Club virtually, which is the only way we can come to you now. And people will be able to tune in to the Golf Channel and watch what we've learned and followed Judd Silverman as the greatest golf of these women golfers.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. We've got a wonderful field, and thankfully we will be on television so that everybody can watch these great athletes perform, just like we tuned into the Rocket Mortgage a few weeks ago. And,
right.
It was great. It was an awesome event. But, like I've told people, without the television, it's like putting on the greatest musical in the world. And all the actors and actresses show up, but unfortunately there's no audience, So, but thankfully for television, all 4 rounds will be on the Golf Channel, and we're excited to see who wins this thing this year.
Well, it is exciting. It is wonderful that you've been doing this from the beginning, and there's no end in sight. You're already planning on next year with us being there doing our broadcast, and with people in the gallery being able to watch this golf up close in a way they can't many other places, but can at the beautiful Highland Meadows Golf Club there in Sylvania. Any last word, Judd? Anything else you want to leave us with?
Oh, and next year is going to be a special year, not only for the Marathon Classic, but Toledo and the Inverness Club are going to host the Solheim Cup over Labor Day in September, which is USA versus Europe, the women's version of the Ryder Cup. And tickets are available now on SolheimCupUSA.com. So that is going to be a great event as well.
At the beautiful Inverness Golf and Country Club. Now, Judd, are you a part of the Solheim Cup? Did they drag you into that?
Absolutely. They didn't even have to drag me, Paul. I volunteered. No, we are working with the LPGA very closely on all the sales and marketing of the event.
Good for you.
It's going fantastic, and I hope everybody in your listening area up in the Detroit area will venture down to Toledo on Labor Day weekend next year for the Solheim Cup.
As the director of the LPGA told us much earlier this morning, it is a sight to see. It's unlike any other golf outing. These international competitions are almost, they're just very special in their own right. And you see a lot of different reactions and different crowd noises, and it's just a kind of a crazy, great thing.
It is. I mean, we all remember the Ryder Cup at Oakland Hills and how much fun that was, even though the Americans didn't win that time. But, but yeah, I know. I feel it to this day, too. So anyway, we got to win the cup back next year for the Solheim Cup because the Europeans won last year in Scotland.
We're going to change that, aren't we? Judd Silverman, the founder and the Marathon Classic tournament director still there in Sylvania, Ohio. It is underway. Catch it on the Golf Channel. Thanks, Judd. Congratulations.
Thanks, Paul W. Always great to be with you. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. And thanks again on behalf of the over 185 children's charities that have made millions of dollars because of your work and will again this year. It is 8:29 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast, The Piketon Massacre. The new podcast, The Piketon Massacre, explores the largest mass murder in Ohio's history and how the crime has divided the once close-knit town where it occurred 4 years ago. To find out more, listen to The Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're checking in. Dana Clark is here with our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dana?
Traffic first, sponsored by Shelving.com.